What is up, Raidernation? It's your boy Simone Raider back at it again with another video, and the first preseason game has come to an end. And for me, I was really excited to see the Raiders play today, but it's good to see that the Raiders have won. It's only preseason, and I know a lot of people are going to say it's only preseason, but there was a lot of things that went on during this game. It's good to see a lot of players that got their opportunity, make some plays out there, and some people that I was actually looking forward to seeing actually made some good plays as well. So let's dive deep into this Raiders versus Rams preseason week 1 review.
You tell them one thing, just win, baby.
So the game started off, Isaiah Johnson quickly got concussed, got a knee to the head and was concussed and was out basically for the rest of the game. And that was one of the players I was actually looking forward to seeing today, but we didn't get to see much of him. So he left the game. Hopefully he could come back next week. So special teams was kind of rocky to start off with. Pearson L, if I'm butchering his name, I think it's Pearson L. The first punt return, he really didn't get to punt return it because he got smacked right away, and it was a penalty on the Rams. And speaking of penalties, man, there was penalties on top of penalties on top of penalties all game today. And obviously it's the first game, everybody's trying to get used to it again because it's been a whole offseason and this is the first action that we get to see. Raiders defense came out, they did pretty good against the Rams. We got to see Blake Bortles out there. He didn't really do much against this defense, but if there's one thing I have to say about this defense held up all day today. A lot of players showed out and did good out there, like Cleveland Farrell, who had like a good stop on third down. You got Arden Key out there all over the ball, and even to the cornerbacks like Trayvon Mullins out there doing his job as well, and Nevin Lawson had some good plays here and there. But the first drive by the Raiders was actually real good. Everything was solid. It was a great first drive for the Raiders. Mike Glennon went out there and looked comfortable in the pocket, throwing the ball left and right, running the ball with DeAndre Washington, who also did a great job as well on the first drive. DeAndre Washington ran good. He was a great safety blanket for Mike Glennon. And that throw to J.J. Nelson was crazy. I didn't even think that J.J. Nelson brought it down, but J.J. Nelson is starting to become one of, if not one of my favorite players on this team. He's making big plays with whoever he's playing with. Obviously in training camp you see him bring down a 50-yard bomb, and then now with Mike Glennon, he threw up a jump ball to J.J. Nelson, and that dude's probably not that tall, but he went up and caught it, came down with the ball, and it was a great play, and it set us up for the first touchdown of the year. DeAndre Washington up the middle gets the touchdown. Raiders up 7-0, and man, I'm going crazy because I'm like, dude, we looking good on the first drive, and man, it's still a lot of game to go. Getting back to the defense, a lot of players showed up. Arden Key put a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and that's who I was actually looking forward to seeing in this game. And Trayvon Mullins with a couple pass breakups as well. Man, I couldn't be much more excited. And Max Crosby was one guy I was looking forward to see as well, and he did okay. He didn't really get a lot of pressure, but he did get a lot of good tackles. Like I said, special team was pretty shaky all day. Really didn't do well. I don't think we did well on special teams. The second punt return, Pearson L had the ball, juggled it, almost fumbled it away and giving it back to the Rams. Obviously he kept the ball and we went back on offense. Mike Glennon all day had a great day. Glennon went out and put on the show. He looked real comfortable in the pocket driving down, but the biggest knock on Glennon's performance today was his interceptions. He threw 2 interceptions that easily could have been turned around. We could have easily had more points on the board. On the third drive, he throws an interception that shouldn't have been thrown. And then there was another one later on in the game on a really great drive. Glennon was lighting it up, throwing it to Ryan Grant, throwing it to Keon Hatcher, even throwing it to Marcel Aitman on a play that I thought should have been a touchdown. Marcel Aitman came on a fake comeback route going down deep, and Glennon underthrew the ball. And watching his performance today, he did look comfortable in the pocket, and I give him credit for that, but he had a lot of underthrown balls that could have easily went longer, and that play specifically was one of them, and could have been a touchdown, but it ended up being a first down and a drive that I felt like Glennon was getting more comfortable with. He ends that drive with the pick in the end zone, which kind of kills it. And not too long before the half, Arden Key gets his sack, and I was going crazy because I was like, dude, Arden Key finally got his sack. You know, all year last year, he was getting close to the quarterback and only had 1 sack last year out of 15 QB rushes. And the fact that he easily got one today, and that Arden Key was all over the ball today, and he's looking good. A lot of people doubting him, and I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of doubting him as well. You know, he does look a little bit more heavier, which is good. With the added help on this defensive line, I feel like he's gonna do much better this year. And don't be surprised if Arden Key gets more sacks this year. Overall, you know, during the half, it was 7-3, not a really high scoring game, but I got to give a lot of credit to the defense because they held the Rams to only 3 points in the first half. Basically, they held the Rams to 3 points for the whole game, which that looks great for this defense, this young defense that's still trying to adjust, still trying to get things situated, which so far, it looks good for this team. Now, the second half is where I was getting hype because they brought my boy Nathan in, and man, I was like, it's time for the GOAT to take over this game. And on his first drive, Nathan Peterman threw a first down, and not only that, Nathan Peterman ran for a 51-yard rush. Ooh, Nathan Peterman was out there putting on the burner.
My neck and my back.
You know, he ran for a 51-yard run that could have easily been a touchdown, but then he got tackled. But man, the fact that he was running, I was like, bruh, they sleeping on my boy Nathan. Everybody sleeping on Nathan, the GOAT, Nathan the Great. You know, all in all, man, he ended off that drive with a touchdown to Keelan Doss, which was a crazy play because I thought it was picked off. It looked like a pick from where I was watching it, but it ended up being a touchdown, which I was like, touchdown Raiders. But you know, great drive by Nathan Peterman, and we were up 14-3. That's basically all we scored throughout the game. We basically ended up winning the game 14-3. Did a really great job on defense, really stopping the Rams from doing anything on offense. And our offense was okay, you know. Glennon did a great job, had a great first drive. The same with Nathan Peter, a great first drive, but they didn't score ever after that. But at the end of the day, we just won, baby. And I'm happy for that because it shows that these young players can step it up. There was about 20-something players inactive today, so we didn't really get to see any of the starters out there. A lot of these players did a great job, and they held it down for the Raiders, and we ended up getting the W. 2 more takeaways that I had from this game was our wide receiver depth looks really good. Everybody was doing a great job, from Gafford to JJ Nelson, Ryan Grant, even getting Alec Ingold involved in this offense. He was a really good security blanket for this team. Hunter Renfrow was a guy that I was looking forward to see. He had 1 target, but it got batted down by Taylor Rapp, so I can't really blame him for that. But everybody else on this offense really did a great job, especially during the preseason where a lot of players are dropping the ball. I've seen a couple of preseason games where a lot of wide receivers and tight ends are dropping the balls left and right, but today we didn't have that many drops. A lot of the wide receivers really went up there and grabbed the ball and came down with it, and it really shows that we got a lot of depth at wide receiver. And obviously, we still got Tyrell Williams out there and AB. If he doesn't retire, you know, we still got a lot of great weapons out there. And I feel like I said earlier, Mike Glennon could have led some of those receivers to a touchdown, but we do have Derek Carr, and I can't wait to see how he does when we actually play with our day 1 starters. All in all, we're 1-0 Raider Nation in the preseason. I know it's preseason, but hey, I'll take a win any day, you know? So what do you guys think about the game? I know during the end of it was kind of, oh man, I was kind of trying to stay awake, you know, because it's preseason. It's not really much action going around and not a lot of high stakes, so you don't really care. But what do you guys think about this game? Drop it down in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this video, then hit that thumbs up button. I would gladly appreciate it. And if this is the first time you're watching this video and you guys enjoy it and want to watch more, then hit that subscribe button and hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this one. Without further ado, Raider Nation, this is your boy Simone Raider, and your boy is, yeah.